Let's get right into it. Number 1. Fearless or reckless. Why psychopaths don't flinch. Ever almost drop your phone and feel your soul leave your body? Now imagine someone who doesn't even blink at real danger. That's a psychopath's vibe, fear response on airplane mode. While you're sweating bullets over a scary movie, they're the ones critiquing the plot holes and wondering why the monster didn't just take the stairs. Science actually backs this up. Their amygdala, the brain's Danger Will Robinson alarm, is basically on Do Not Disturb. It's not bravery, it's biology. They'll walk into chaos like it's a Starbucks, order a double shot of Risk, and wonder why everyone else is panicking. This isn't cool under-pressure hero stuff. It's more like emotional Wi-Fi with no signal. But here's the twist. This lack of fear isn't just about being calm. It's why they'll take wild risks, break rules, and put themselves and others in danger without a second thought. They don't get that gut-wrenching anxiety most of us feel when things go sideways. So, while your body is staging a full-blown panic concert over an awkward text, theirs is sitting there sipping coffee, wondering why everyone's so dramatic. For them, danger is just another Tuesday. If you've ever met someone who seems completely unfazed by chaos or risk, you might be looking at a classic sign of psychopathy. Number 2. Lying for sport when deception becomes a game. You know that friend who says, "I'm 5 minutes away," but hasn't even left the house? Now crank that up to expert mode. For psychopaths, lying isn't a last resort. It's practically a competitive sport. They'll lie about the weather, their weekend, or even your own birthday, just to see if you'll believe them. It's not about getting out of trouble. It's about the thrill, the rush, the dopamine confetti their brain throws every time they pull off a convincing story. Studies show that when psychopaths deceive someone successfully, their brain's reward centers light up like a Vegas slot machine. And when you catch them, they'll pivot faster than a TikTok trend, gaslight you into doubting reality, and somehow you'll end up apologizing for even asking. For them, truth is optional. Like reading the terms and conditions before clicking, "I agree." They'll even lie when there's nothing to gain, just to see if they can get away with it. If you've ever felt like you're in a never-ending episode of Among Us, constantly second, guessing what's real, you might be dealing with a psychopath. For them, reality is flexible, and honesty is just another setting they can turn on or off, depending on what gets them the most points in their own private game. Number 3, no guilt, no shame. The conscience switch is off. Remember, that time you accidentally liked your ex's old Instagram post and felt instant shame? Psychopaths don't know that feeling. Their guilt switch is permanently set to airplane mode. When they hurt someone, cheat, or lie, their conscience is quieter than a phone on silent in a movie theater. Brain scans show their feel-bad centers barely flicker. They know what guilt looks like. They can fake an apology with Oscar-worthy tears, but inside, it's just crickets. That's why they can do the worst things and sleep like a baby. If your moral compass is a GPS, theirs is a spinning wheel of meh. This isn't just about not feeling bad for little things. It's about a total lack of remorse, even after major betrayals. They can break hearts, ruin reputations, or cause chaos, and then ask what's for lunch. It's not that they don't understand what guilt is. They just don't experience it. This is why they're so dangerous in positions of power or influence. While most of us are kept in check by the possibility of feeling bad later, they're just doing the math. Will this benefit me? If yes, then ethics can go jump off a bridge. For psychopaths, guilt is just a word, not a feeling. Number 4, masters of manipulation, control without you noticing. Ever had a friend who's so helpful it's almost suspicious? Psychopaths are the ultimate puppet masters, and their favorite strings to pull are the ones you don't even notice. They'll compliment your playlist, remember your coffee order, and slowly rearrange your life like they're editing a Netflix series. It's not the obvious, do this now control. It's more like emotional lockpicking. They'll isolate you from friends, make you doubt your instincts, and convince you they're the only one who gets you. By the time you realize you're in a cage, you're thanking them for the decor. What makes it so insidious is how normal it feels. Their manipulation is wrapped in charm, kindness, and just the right amount of, "I'm only trying to help." They'll nudge you away from people who might see through them, plant seeds of doubt about your own judgment, and make you feel like you need them to navigate life. For them, power is the real love language. Every interaction is a chance to gain leverage, and they'll use charm, guilt, or even manufactured crises to keep you off balance. If you've ever felt like someone was playing chess while you're stuck on checkers, you've met a master manipulator. For psychopaths, control is the ultimate prize, and they're disturbingly good at winning it. Number 5. Shallow bonds. Why their relationships never go deep. You know those people who act like your soulmate for a week, then ghost you faster than a Snapchat streak? Psychopaths are absolute pros at this. Their relationships are like movie trailers, flashy, intense, and over before you know it. At first, they'll mirror your hobbies, binge your favorite shows, and make you feel like you finally found the one. But as soon as you're no longer useful, you're out. No closure, no drama, just a clean delete. For them, relationships are like takeout containers. Use, toss, repeat. It's not that they can't fake affection or loyalty, they're actually experts at it. They'll say all the right things, make grand gestures, and seem like the perfect friend or partner. But underneath, there's no real emotional investment. Their connections are purely transactional, built on what you can provide, not on mutual care or respect. Once your usefulness runs out, or they get bored, they move on without a second thought. There's no heartbreak, no lingering attachment, just a cold, clean break. If you've ever been left wondering what happened after a whirlwind friendship or romance, you've experienced the shallow bonds of a psychopath. For them, relationships are tools, not treasures, and the exit is always swift. Number 6. Blame-proof how they dodge responsibility every time. Ever met someone who could crash your car and convince you it was your fault for parking there? Psychopaths are allergic to blame. Accountability is their kryptonite, and they'll do Olympic-level mental gymnastics to avoid it. No matter what happens, they'll twist the story, invent wild excuses, or gaslight you until you're apologizing for their mess. They're the Houdinis of responsibility. Blame bounces off them like rain on a duck. Even with video evidence, they'll say you're too sensitive or misunderstood. It's not just about dodging trouble, it's about rewriting reality. They'll play the victim, accuse you of overreacting, or turn the tables so convincingly that you end up apologizing to them. This blame-proof attitude allows them to repeat harmful behaviors without ever feeling the need to change. It's not that they don't understand right from wrong, they just don't care about the consequences for others. If you've ever found yourself taking the fall for someone else's mistakes, or if you know someone who always has an excuse ready, you might be dealing with a psychopath. For them, blame is just another game to win, and they're disturbingly good at making sure they never lose, no matter how obvious the truth is. Number 7. The hollow core, what really drives a psychopath. Imagine a person who's always chasing the next thrill, but nothing ever sticks. That's the secret at the heart of every psychopath. A hollow core, like a phone with no signal, always searching, never satisfied. They'll jump from relationship to relationship, job to job, hobby to hobby, but the emptiness never leaves. It's not just boredom, it's a black hole where real feelings should be. That's why they crave chaos, drama, and risk. No matter how much they win, it's never enough. This emptiness is what drives so many of their destructive behaviors. It's not just about hurting others or breaking rules. It's about trying to fill a space inside themselves that can't be filled. They'll chase money, power, or attention, but the satisfaction fades almost instantly, leaving them restless and hungry for more. If you've ever looked into someone's eyes and felt like nobody was home, you've glimpsed the hollow core. For psychopaths, the real tragedy isn't what they do to others. It's the endless emptiness they can never escape. It's a loneliness that no amount of chaos or conquest can ever cure. And it's the one thing they can never outrun, no matter how fast